East, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has set a condition for a permanent ceasefire in the region, stating that Israel will not leave the Gaza border corridor until the border area between Gaza and Egypt is free from being used for the movement of Hamas. He's emphasized the need for guarantees that Gaza would be able to prevent becoming a route for smuggling weapons and supplies to Hamas. Netanyahu's comments come as the United States of America is developing a new proposal for a ceasefire and hostage release, hoping to stop the 11-month war. Netanyahu has rejected the withdrawal from the Philadelphia corridor, which runs along the southern edge of the Gaza Strip bordering Egypt, in the first phase of the deal. Of course, long-drawn discussions have been taking place until now, and Netanyahu has now given yet another ultimatum. Ceasefire talks have been going on earlier as well. We've seen Qatar trying to mediate as well. We've seen Egypt also trying its hand, Turkey also chiming in, but of course both sides have remained resolute on their stance. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has of course set a fresh condition for a permanent ceasefire, stating that Israel will not leave the Gaza border corridor until the border area between Gaza and Egypt is free from being used for the permanent movement of Hamas. With me on the broadcast, my colleague Mehndi Garg to share more details. Mehndi, what's the latest that you're tracking from the Middle East?
Well, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has put forward the conditions for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, and he said that his nation would agree to a permanent ceasefire only if it is agreed upon that the border area between southern Gaza and Egypt would never be used as a lifeline for the Hamas militant group. And not only this, he has said while addressing a news conference in Jerusalem that until that happens, we are there. And also, Pia, Netanyahu on week of a deal and said that the international pressure would make it effectively impossible to return. And Pia, he has also mentioned that for a permanent ceasefire, Israel would need guarantees that whoever runs the post-war Gaza would be able to stop the potential use of the route for smuggling weapons and supplies for Hamas. And he has said that somebody has to be there, and I quote unquote what he had added in his comments: bring me anyone who will actually show, not on paper, not in words, not on a slide, but day after day, week after week, month after month, that they can actually prevent a recurrence of what happened there before. This he said referring to Hamas's October 7 attack on his nation, and he has also said that they are open to consider it, but they don't see that happening right now. He stressed on this, and Pia also he mentioned that maintaining pressure on Hamas was the best way for the return of the 101 people still being held hostage by the Hamas. And he said that they need to squeeze them, to put pressure on them to release their remaining hostages. So if they want to release the hostages, they had to control the Philadelphia corridor.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.